Which city in Hawaii do you live in?
So I'm in Honolulu, which is the big city here. It's on Oahu Island.
So
Yeah.
I think it's the best city in Hawaii, or no?
Well, it's city. So if you want country, there's smaller towns that are awesome on the Big Island and Kauai and Maui. Maui's a bit of both, but there's more to offer, period, on Oahu. There's plenty of country and city and everything, and every kind of food in the world, just about, you can find here because people come from all over.
So now, like Hawaii it's like a state. You have the state of Hawaii, yes?
Yeah, we're a state, so this is the United States, but we're cut off. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that like you are like 6 hours away, like you fly with airplane. Or
Yeah, 5 hours. Uh-huh. It takes to get anywhere. That's good. It keeps a lot of crazy people away.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I also, I don't know why I have this weird feeling. Maybe it's not weird, but I love Hawaii so much. Like I know New York, I know like California, Texas, but I don't know why when I hear the word Hawaii, it's like nice, different feeling. You know, it's like I have like, if I had that choice, I would choose to go to Hawaii. Like, and also like I love the name of the cities. Is it only me, or is there many people like this?
Yeah, there's 1.4 million people who decided to live here, so not all of them are from here. A lot of people come from other places. I just love the melting pot and the food, and the people are so great. And the comedy scene we started in 2011, so that's pretty new.
Wow. So before we talk about the comedy scene, I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry. So you have 1.4 million, the whole population in Hawaii, or just the people who wanna leave?
In the state, 1.4 million. On Oahu, a little over 1 million of those.
Wow.
Most
Okay.
of the people are here. Most of the housing are here. Most of the jobs are here. So makes sense.
So the comedy scene before, like there were no like comedy bars, because I know like even Fluffy he been to Hawaii.
Right. Prior to 2011, not one comedy open mic in the entire state. So then this guy, Michael C. Hall, he came from Oklahoma and he came here and showed us how to make a comedy scene, and we did. And then he left and we just continued it, and it got bigger. It's still pretty small, which is kind of nice. But it's growing, definitely. There's more mics, there's more shows. I've got my Sunday show, but now that masks are gone, I'm planning to do a lot more. And I have a festival in Maui coming up in 2 weeks.
Wow,
So
good luck.
yeah, the sixth annual Wahine Comedy Festival. You're right about Hawaii, though. It's more of a family atmosphere here. People are nicer here. It is strange when I leave and people aren't like that other places.
And it seems also very spiritual. I don't know why. Like I feel like there is even as you said, like even like famous people from Hawaii are so nice.
That's the aloha, all right? Yeah. Shaka.
So from before, like, did you like comedy, but you didn't know how to do it?
There wasn't an option to do it then. There were famous comics here, but they did their own thing for them. They did not have an open mic where other people could try at all. There was no way to break into it for a long time. And then from one showcase to one open mic to more showcases, places closing, other places opening. So now it's definitely gotten a hold. We have a small amount of mics and shows almost every night.
That's cool.
But
So yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
no, well, just one show a night. I mean, it's very small. But there's nothing on Kauai. There's a small amount of comedy on Maui and the Big Island. So those two besides us. But yeah, we're going every day.
Yeah, that's cool. But you mean like nobody was able to find the secret how to break into comedy? What do you think is the secret, or what do you think this person who came from Oklahoma showed you that maybe you would tell yourself before, and what you found out? So can you tell me now or tell us?
Well, I found out it's hard work. That's what. Because when I first, my very first set was in front of the most famous comic in all of Hawaii. How nervous was I, right? This guy was really famous. Oh no. But I did my best and they cheered me on and they applauded and they were like, yeah, and everything. I didn't realize until 2 months later that I was terrible. But by that time, I'd already figured it out because I have worked hard starting from that first set and I never stopped working hard. So it's taken a long time to be good. It's taken a long time. I could say I'm good now, but it's been 11 years now, next month.
You mean it's been 11 years since you started and since it came to Hawaii as well?
Yeah, 11 years.
So you said your first open mic was in front of famous comedian. Did you prepare or you just did it?
Oh, I prepared, but I didn't know what to do because this, oh man, what do you do, right? And further, they're doing pigeon count comedy. Hawaii Pidgin English is kind of an accent. It's like kind of how like black people talk, that kind of an accent, except different with Hawaii people. Okay, but you can't really talk it if you weren't born here because it's not going to be correct. But the more you live here, you pick it up anyway. But there's some people that frown on people who are not from here who talk like that. So, but the most famous people in comic are doing that. They are from here. But this was one. This guy.
Now, how long you been in Hawaii? Were you born in Hawaii or?
Oh no! I came here after I graduated college at age 22 in 1989.
1989. Wow, that's
Yeah.
like 10 years before I was born.
Yeah, I graduated college in Maryland, and I had to move somewhere. And I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I was not going to move back there. Oh hell no! Yeah.
Wow,
Hawaii, it probably would be California. Yeah.
yeah. So
I was
why did you move to Hawaii? What did you like about it?
because I had a friend who was moving there, so I could go with her. I wasn't going to move anywhere by myself. I needed at that point to go with somebody. But as soon as we got here, she got a boyfriend, and I hardly saw her at all. So just as well, yeah. And I am now 2 blocks from the apartment, our very first apartment that when we moved to Hawaii. So it's kind of full circle now. I'm living in the same neighborhood.
Wow.
All this time, but it's a small island. It's so great. We just hop on the bus to get anywhere.
Yeah, time goes by fast. Like 10 years before I was born until now, you are in Hawaii. And how do you like feel? Was it too fast or?
It went fast. Yeah, 33 years. It's super fast. But I love it here, and it's the nature is shocking. I had family in town, and we hiked a waterfall, and then we went to an expensive restaurant, and then we went whale watching, and then we went on a boat. It was just great.
Yeah, I'm really big fan of nature. Like where I live, I think also you saw some of my stories. It's also the Mediterranean. I am by the in this island, and I think also that's one way why I love Hawaii. Like I love islands, beautiful islands. It's different, the nature, the weather, the energy. It's like you are an island in the middle of the ocean.
Right, with perfect weather, so we don't need much. I have a tiny room here.
Nice. Yeah, I you are so unique with your colors. Even you're like so what's with colors? Like do you just mix them up, or is there like rule or
I've just always liked tie-dye and color. I'm always love Grateful Dead and hippie like things, you know. And so when I moved to Hawaii, there was no internet. So there is no internet. How would you find a community? Because there really was no way at that point. But I was all, let me just find the Grateful Dead people. If I could find the Grateful Dead people, I'll have a bunch of friends with similar interests and who smoked a kind, right? So that's what I did, and it worked. And I saw Jerry here live.
no? So
Um,
what does colors mean to you? Like do you have
oh,
any conspiracy theory or anything?
well, I'm an artist, so here's some of my art. So that's why the art on the wall, that's all mine.
So can you tell me about the one on the top? In the middle on the top, it's big. There is like it's
those two.
the one on the top, the big one, the biggest one on the top.
That one is called Underwater Trip Garden. And for a while, I was selling paintings. And at one point, I was at this art show where they projected that one on a stage 20 feet tall. That was cool as hell. Yeah. But I've always loved colors, and those are watercolor, and also how I dress and my house, and yeah, always color makes me feel good. Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Trippy little hippie cabin here. With a brick wall because they knew I was a comedian, I guess. That was there already. It was just destined to be my house here. I
Yeah.
have the rent in Waikiki for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever because some people like when they take some psychedelics or something like that, they don't see colors anymore. Do you have any idea about this?
Oh, I didn't hear about that. No, it enhances colors, at least for me.
Or it's crazy. Some people are like color blind.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also crazy. Like for example, I don't know. Like I do want to be color blind, but I feel like if I'm color blind, I will not be as affected as you because like you love colors more.
I don't know. I get compliments all the time. I think there needs to be more color in the world. But in Hawaii there already is because there's so many people and cultures and foods and we're already colorful. I love that.
Do you know where colors come from?
Pigments,
What is this pigment?
what they're made of? No, I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist. But previous I was all about watercolor and now I'm getting into acrylics. So I love them too. Acrylics.
And wow.
That one's not done. It's almost with
And
glitter.
when you do these things, like, can you do them and you are super?
What do you mean? Can I do
Like,
them when?
can you do them in any time, or do you have to get into a special state and feeling and specific time?
Well,
Or
I guess it's like comedy writing, right? You just find a time to do it. Yeah.
so, yeah, and do you have time where you feel like I have to this time is better for me to write comedy. I feel like it's better, it fit more writing comedy. And
No,
sometimes
I
when
have
in mood,
no, I work 10-hour days, so with my day job, so I have a busy, busy day. But I find time, and my comedy writing book is small, so I bring it everywhere. Like it's super light. I get
wow.
these skinny little things, so I can bring it everywhere. So wherever I am, I have my booking book and I have my. I'm either booking comics or writing comedy, or both.
Wow. Your house seems like virtual background from how organized and good it is. You have 10 hours day job and yeah, it's cute. So Erika, why do you think we are in Earth? Like, what's your theory on why we are here, and is there heaven? Is there hell? Like, what's your belief? What's your idea on why we are here?
I don't. I think a lot of religion is people trying to make money and make them feel
Yeah.
make them feel that they're better than other people. That's the root of all that. It was like started by a salesman long ago, and they forgot he was a salesman, and they thought he was, and that's what happened. Yeah. So, however, though, I think spiritual and intent are really important. If your intent is good or bad, that'll have an effect on you. I believe in karma. That's what. And I've seen it work many times. So,
Mm.
um, so more of a karma. And if you're a good person, good things will come to you. But you got to watch your back.
Yeah.
That's your stance on religion.
Yeah, yeah, because some people think that it's not necessary if you are bad person, bad things will happen to you. Because some people they think like there are bad people who have so much success, and I don't know. There is famous comedian, I forget his name, but they say that he was very famous for like 25 years or 30 years, but then they found out after that at the end, like I think even after he died or by the end of that, he was molesting young girls, or I don't know. So some people don't believe that if you do bad things karma will come to you. They just think like it's just, I don't know, everything is messed up here. You might
All the
be
bad
good, like
might.
some people, sorry, some people are good and they have sickness, or they are good all their life and then they get cancer.
Right. That's true. But maybe you can't see the bad, but they can. Oh, I don't know. I think karma mostly works, but there's exceptions to everything, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
it's
I think being spiritual and out in nature is the most important thing. And a lot of people are cutting themselves off from that. Now that the pandemic is over, maybe people will do that more. And also to get out and hang out with people. I end up hanging out with people too much. Now I got my little apartment though. I'm good at saying drawing boundaries.
yeah. You know, I live also by the sea, and I walk like every day like 4 hours, just by the sea around, because I have also like I don't know, if I walk like 2 hours, I can visit like four beaches. So there is like one next to my house. So I keep like moving around, hiking around, because I live by the sea, and yeah,
But you're moving to Canada though, right?
yes, and I don't know, I will miss this.
Right. Well, you can get a student visa in Hawaii.
Yeah,
So just
that's my dream.
You can do it. You can transfer them down the line. University of Hawaii at
Yeah.
Manoa.
I don't know because I'm thinking about Texas, Austin. They say that it's growing so much, and um, comedy clubs are opening there. How do you feel?
I don't know. Texas is crazy trying to get women. They're really against people who aren't white. So you'd be anti-Mexican, but that's fine.
It's
Learn a little Spanish.
Yeah, it's really crazy for me because um, I never been to the US, and I always keep hearing two opinions or three opinions, so it's very confusing.
Well, there's good and bad. In a big liberal city, you get more protections as a person of color, and it's more diverse. But in a smaller southern racist city, you don't know, man. Especially now with the laws that they're making, it's crazy.
Mm.
Full on against gay people, against people of color. Signed into law, this shit. It's terrible. Women, they can't get abortions or else they go to jail.
Really?
Women who get raped even are forced to have the baby.
Where?
And in fact, the rapist family can sue the woman in Texas. This is Texas and Florida and Louisiana right now. That's what's going on down there. You should read what the laws are, what they're doing. I don't want to spend any money over there.
Really? Like if the woman get raped, they would force her to like. What if the woman travel to another state and do the abortion?
No, and is not allowed to travel to another state or goes to jail. That's so fucked up. It really is. Even if her life is in danger, she's still forced to have the baby. How about that? That's the kind of laws they're passing down there. But the argument is we need you down there because we need liberal voters. So there's that. But I would kind of fear for my safety down there. I really would.
I want you safe too.
I'm not joking. Yeah. The South is messed up. But the other cities, Chicago, Arizona, Oregon, California, you would love all of that. I think Nevada, yeah. Well, Hawaii's the best. Yeah, no Hawaii.
How is the police in Hawaii? Are they like different than other police in the US?
Well, they're browner. So, yeah, I mean, they're more local people. It's not a bunch of white cops like there is everywhere else. So. But yeah, they're good. There's nothing particular against them, no. But like every cities, we have problem with crime.
Yeah.
But like there, and not nearly the shootings of every single other major city. Because our gun laws are very strict here. Yeah, you can't even get one. So that's good. Plus, it's a little crowded. If you fired a gun, you'd hit 10 people. No, we don't want that.
It's like one bullet will do like effect of bomb.
Right.
Because there are, and how safe it is. Do you like you can leave your house doors open and go to work for 10
no,
hours?
I gotta lock my door. I'm living in the tourist area, Waikiki. Everywhere you gotta lock your door. Yeah, definitely. And there are burglaries. Yeah. But other than that, it's fine. I mean, no particular worse crime than any other place.
Yeah, I saw your stories. You really live in like I saw the last stories. There is like not like there are too many big buildings, hotels, and
Yeah.
there is only like one beach going from the middle of this big. What is that like? Can you like stay on there, or can you?
Yeah, what you see is a quarter mile there. And all the main hotels are right in this small area here. But there's also apartment buildings and other places. Um, and the beach is on the one side, and the Alawai Canal is on the other side. So I'm living closer to the canal, but it's only 2 blocks from the beach. So nobody's more than 2 blocks from the beach. Oh, I love it. You can, and the water's always warm.
The water is warm the whole year.
Yeah. So you don't even need a long sleeve anything. Just
Wow.
linen suit on all the time. But I work about 3 miles. I take the bus too.
But is it like hot the whole year?
75 to 85 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and how like I mean, like, you know, the sun is not good for the skin. Like people use sun cream every day that lives in Hawaii. Do you use sun cream every day?
Yeah, you can't. You got to be careful out there, definitely. But
Yeah,
I'm inside for 10 hours a day at my day job, so most days I'm really not in the thick of it. It's just now on vacation and weekends. Other than that, I'm inside. I don't even leave for lunch.
that's cool. And how is the rent in because if it's hot I really love Hawaii. How is the rent? How much you need to rent?
It's expensive, but you can find a way. My little studio here, which has its own bathroom, shower, and 2 sinks and a full fridge, is 900. That includes everything but electricity, which is about $40. So 940 for everything, including internet.
So you have fridge and you have kitchen as well, or no kitchen?
Well, it's not really a kitchen. It's a sink and
Oh
a
my
fridge.
God. So how do you make homemade food?
Right. So I don't really cook. I don't have a stove.
Nice.
But there's plenty of food around here and to go food and sandwiches. And I don't do badly.
Because where I live, I work online, and I feel like if I live in Hawaii, I'm gonna spend my salary for the rent, all this, because here I rent for around like $450, and it's like I have one bedroom, one toilet, living room, nice balcony, kitchen. So I feel like where you are, the rents are higher. So
Stay there then instead of moving to Canada. That sounds nice.
the problem is that there is no future here because I would like I'm still like 23. So I there are too many people from Europe that come here, find online job, and they can
Oh,
rent house, nice house, and stay here. But there is no future. You need to get to Canada, America. So
I hear you. Yeah, you could apply to University of Hawaii. Ooh, bam.
I finished my university.
Oh, you already did. Well, PhD.
Yes. So now you told me you do like comedy one show a week.
Yeah, once a week, and I have 6 different comics plus me every week, and a different host every week, and it's tough, man, because people cancel, and that's a lot of comics every week to book. And our scene is small, but it's added to from. I've had some displaced comedians on the show already, that are traveling, and then we have a regular stream of people coming here for vacation that are comics, and they want to perform while they're here. So I get to book them. Tonight I have 2 of them. This one, yeah, Wendy Wilkins and this other guy. So it's never the same show, but it's just a showcase. Sometimes a headliner, sometimes not. Tonight's no headliner, but we have a lot of fun. It's big open air stage, and it seats 200 people. So, and it's right on the ocean on the docks down there where the big cruise ships come in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's for sure it will be growing, because even for me now, I wish to do one of your shows one day.
Yeah, gotta come there, and I'll be starting more mics soon. Now that Mass are gone, I'm spending my time on the festival mainly right now, but that'll be over in 2 weeks, and then on to the mics. Other people have tried to do open mics and they have failed. Pretty hard, because these are people that won't listen to what the good advice that I give them, and sure enough, they didn't. And I kind of miss it. Live mics are the best. Live mics are a lot of times more entertaining than the actual show, because people are willing to take chances. They're also more awful than the real show, but
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I had a perfect one, but the restaurant closed during the pandemic, so that'll be my next thing, is finding the perfect mic in Waikiki.
Now when you do your shows, how long you been doing them?
How long have I been doing this particular show?
Yes.
This we started December December 2020, believe it or not. So it was real shaky in the beginning.
Because Hawaii, they say that it got affected by the pandemic. Like there were no tourists,
Yeah.
there were lockdowns.
They go out. There's people that still won't go out. People that won't take off their masks. Oh my gosh. But they ended the mask mandate, so now you don't have to. But when we started our show, okay, I was like a nurse. I was taking people's temperatures. They had to sign the form with their email and their contact tracing information. We had to see their ID. We had to see their vax card.
Hospital.
No. And now it's just $10. And I'm like, that's so easy. Because it wasn't always. So, and we're getting more people, but it's a slow stream. People aren't coming back in droves. I think by the summer they will. So.
Yeah, I hope so. So for you, it's like you say Hawaii. It's like, is it seasonal for people like as tourists, or people are coming the whole year, or does it get busy in some seasons?
Well, it's busy because in summertime people have more time off. That's why. It's not because of us. It's because they have more time to come. All the kids are out of school and stuff. So for that reason, summer is the high season. And also the Christmas holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So those are the two most expensive times to come. So you should come outside of those times. And it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. So now, have you ever had like one season where you were doing your shows, or did COVID make you troubles with it?
It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, up and down. But the ups have been wonderful. Yeah. And we've had a lot of people. We've had anywhere from 6 to 75 people. And for a Sunday night, that's amazing.
Yeah. Nice. And now, how do you write your joke or generate your materials? Like, do you go to workshop mics, or do you just, when you think about something funny and you are at work or anywhere, you write it down and you work on it, or do you just riff out of the top?
I just write it down then, because it just comes to me at all moments of the day, usually at the wrong time. So I just down before I lose it, because I will forget if I don't write it down. I will forget.
No. So do you have notebook with you all the time?
Yeah, or my phone, the notes section, just real brief, just a synopsis so I don't forget. And then later on in the real book, my pamphlet of the month or whatever. And in the beginning, I have my best like 75 jokes word, so that when I put a set list together, then I can draw from this long list.
Okay, so now this jokes, you just write the name of the joke, and then when you are in the stage, you just say it, because now you only write the name of the joke. You don't write all the jokes. You don't
Yeah,
write all the joke. You just write the name of it. Yes.
the name that reminds me of what it is. Yeah, in 1 or 2 words or 3. Yeah.
So that's all what you keep from the joke.
Yeah, the keywords. And then when I start another booklet, I'll write them again in the beginning, so that I always have my list handy of my top 75 or say.
Because for me, I write the keyword and I write the whole joke in case I forgot it.
Yeah, I do that too. I have a lot though that I already have memorized. So I have so many that I can't really do that all. But I'll also change old ones and have a new version of this one or that one. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Write them out. I used to in the very beginning write it out like a monologue. Every single word.
Me too. And it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. But it's a good way to start, though. It is a good way to start. But then, and because you can see how you eliminate the words you don't need, you can see you crossing them off. That's why it's important in the beginning. Yeah. Later on, though, no. I just need a couple words and I'm good.
Yeah, and then you just say it how it is. Maybe some crowds you would use the F word. Maybe some crowds no. Yeah.
Yeah, here I don't really do any clean shows, so we can say what we want. It's nice. Yeah, it's not a show that they can go to, so we're good.
Yeah, I never go to clean mics too. It's yeah, I feel like that's why I'm doing comedy, so I can say whatever I want, and then some people will. So now when you have the premise, like you come out with something funny, do you then try to write it, and like do you have some rules that you try to make it like to bring the misdirect of your thoughts, and to add some, like do you have any game plan or any rules, or you just everything comes differently?
Everything comes differently, I guess. Just keep working on it, and ask why it didn't work if doesn't work in the mic.
And now when you do your comedy, do you try like also to deliver a message? Do you have something like you want to change on your audience, or you just want to make jokes? Like, is there like, for example, George Carlin, he also likes to question things and change the way people think, or you just entertain and that's it?
Well, I think being a voice for older women is awesome, and there aren't a lot of older women comics out there. In most scenes, it's younger men, really. So to be a voice for them and to talk about menopause stuff is great. So the younger girls know what's going on. It's just another hilarious thing, series of things. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be the menopause comic. Sure.
Wow, that's so. Now when you have young audience girls, like you feel like you are talking to them as also yes, you are trying to entertain them and make jokes, but you are also trying to give them the voice as like an old woman who've been through experience that they haven't been through.
Right, right. And then the older women who are in the crowd are laughing their asses off because they understand. So if I can make all of those groups laugh at those jokes, and I have been mostly been able to, then that's a great night. But this every Sunday I give myself my own 15-minute slot every single week. So for some time now I've been forcing myself to do bigger sets. So it's been an education, up and down, but not too bad. It's a nice stage too.
So, what's your message for young girls? Like, have fun or have kids, or what are you trying to tell them?
Maybe don't worry so much. There's too much pressure on young people today, I think. We just partied through the 80s and 90s pretty much completely. And we didn't worry about that. We got our shit together after that. So, yeah, don't worry, you'll get it together, I guess. And don't be, and also that older women shouldn't be invisible. This shaming of older women is terrible, and it shouldn't be. And maybe I can be a voice for that and to help them when they get older.
Yeah, you know, they say it's a difficult challenge also for women because it's like the women they spend almost all their life and they are so sexy and or human in general. Like you spend your life and then there will be time where you are so old and you are not that flexible, you are not that. So they say that if you are when you are old, you are still cool and happy. That's good. Like even when you lose that 100% health and everything.
That's it. Right on. Old age rock.
And did you like find this realize this with comedy, or are you like this from before? You have this mentality, or did comedy help you and make you feel that you have to send this message?
Uh, I don't know. I was really shy before comedy. So it would have been tough to send a message then. Um, so it gave me more confidence. So now I do have a message. Before I was doing my art, and that's a message too, but a different one. Yeah.
What is it?
Um, well, happiness and color, and yeah, happiness and color. That's another awesome message. But comedy reaches more people, definitely, and all through the Zoom, all around the world. I just love it.
Yeah, that. And I also see also your colors are like bring positivity, like they are not dark. Why is sometimes when the colors are more dark, it makes you feel more paranoid, and when you add more open colors, is it like because of the way we think, or is what do
Also,
you think?
well, well, I live in the tropics, and if you wear black, you get hot as hell. Maybe you can relate. So there aren't a whole lot of people wearing black in general here. And island styles are colorful anyway, you know, the palm trees on the pants and the yeah, this and that. So I'm not that colorful here compared to them, but there's not a lot of EMO kids wearing black here.
Yeah, but it's beautiful how nature makes color and also how you make them. So maybe we can end it soon, but I still want to ask you a little bit about your drawing. So when you draw your colors, it's like just imagination from your mind, uh, or like I like how you compare between how colors you can send message to people to be positive and happy, and also you can do it with comedy, but comedy reaches more people. How about when you, what's the difference between when you are doing or generating comedy or when you are drawing? How does your brain works? Does it work differently? How would you describe that?
Well, it's hard. I'm right brain, so I guess it's a similar process. Uh, but one is visual and one is words. You get the visual, you got the words. And I've always been good with words. Terrible with math, but good with words. And so it seems like it's a wordsmith's game. Yeah. But but I use both because I create a lot of posters for my comedy with my art on there. So there is also an intersection in that.
Nice.
Like the colorful draws in the people to the comedy, and when they get to the comedy, they will see the message type of thing.
And how does, like, when you draw, sorry?
No, go ahead.
When you draw a photo, like, do you have idea in your mind, and then you draw it, and then you draw another one, and then you draw another one until you get to the perfect image?
Yeah, there's no plan before. It's like a sculpture, and you just start with one line and then add to it and see where it goes. You trust in the process. Just like when you're writing comedy and you start with one line and then you see where it goes. You're not sure where it's going to go. Or it might not go well and you got to start over. Or, yeah, it's a lot of fun. To not know, to not have a distinct plan is kind of more fun.
Yeah, that's also the fun of it, that there is it's just an art. But do you draw a lot of papers, like to get to the perfect one? Like you start with one line and then you draw that paper and you throw it away, and then you start again with another paper until you get the perfect one.
I hardly throw anything away. I used to make a game of it that I wasn't allowed to throw it away, and I had to make it work. So I'm really good at making it work and making it awesome. It's
Wow.
in what you put in it, not how it starts. And you can always, even with watercolor, make it into something else.
And how long does it take you?
That's hard to say. Sometimes I'll go back later and then touch it up. So I usually have some project I'm working on in the background. I don't right now because I'm getting ready for the festival, but usually have some kind of thing. Acrylic is interesting. It's also kind of scary because I have a small house and I don't want to spill it. Watercolor is the least messy, so we'll see. But they're both fun and they're both colored, and the color inspires the art me to write comedy sometimes, and sometimes I'll be doing the art and think of a joke, so you never know. The comedy though, it's hard to just sit down and write. It is because you better to take a walk, and then ideas come in your head.
Yeah, but for example, for me, I don't see myself drawing something like this. Like, do you think you have the talent to draw it, or do you think it's just hard work? If I start drawing, if I wanna learn slowly, I will learn it, or you think this is belong to you and you love drawing and it's something special?
I don't know, because if you like it, you will put the time in and you will get good, like anything. If you don't, you won't. So whoever likes whatever. But I will say in art, there are so many mediums today. There's so many different things that you can do. Um, that there should be something creative for everybody. That's what I believe. Even non-creative people would find something that they find really fun to do that's creative. And it's maybe not paint at all. Maybe it's jewelry. Maybe it's pouring acrylics. Maybe it's who knows. But I find it fun as fashion too with the colors. So.
Yeah, and you know, it's also nice when you find things that you like, and like it's also an escape. Like if you are not feeling good or anything, you can just draw or write comedy, and you
Mhm.
you can it's so healthy. It's an escape for the mind, and it's also
Yeah,
healthy escape. Like some people, their escape is alcohol, and
right.
your escape is to draw something that makes people feel good. I think anyone who looks to your the things you draw feel good. Like I feel good when I look to you, just with the colors you put. I'm also fan of you, of your colors. Even when you go to the beach, I see your swimming suit are colors, and that's really so special. I love it. And you also do comedy to make people laugh. I love your jokes. I even to the point where I have them in my mind, especially the one with the cat to diet. So I really enjoy you, and I'm so happy that to meet and be able to talk to people that are like you and have some good addiction.
I was so excited for that you asked me to be on here. Definitely, you're one of my favorite comics. We're gonna keep the anarchy going until the end of time at earliest.
Yeah, that's cool. I also Friday is you make Friday more better day with your mic, and
Thanks, appreciate you.
yeah, with your hosting, and it's been pleasure to have you here, Erika. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Muad. You're the best.
Yeah, and
I,
hopefully I will see you in your show. This is
yes,
like
plan
hope.
the trip. We'll be here. Definitely. All right.
And hopefully by that time, instead of 200 seats, you're gonna have 20,000 seats.
All
I
right.
believe in you.
Everybody will think you're Filipino here before you talk. Mexican on the mainland and Filipino over this side. There you go.
Thank you
All
so much, Erika.
right. Aloha. Love you.
Aloha, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye bye.